So I've been in real estate 30 years. I reckon I'm pretty good. And one of my favourite lawyers calls me and says to me, "Hey, Mark, got a property I need you to sell. I've referred it to Lisa, my wife. She's been in real estate 3 years. Let's talk about my feelings."
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to episode 423 Morning Minutes with myself, Michael Bergio, Mark Novak. And on this episode, we are going to be talking about Mark's feelings. Stay tuned. Very excited about this. And as you heard on the intro, a solicitor that we do a lot of business with said to Mark that he's got a property he wants to be sold, and he's referred it to Lisa Novak, Mark's lovely wife, who has been killing it in real estate, predominantly in sales for the last 3 years compared to Mark's 30 years, but it went to Lisa. How does that make you feel, Mark?
Emasculated.
Nice. Talk us through it.
So one of my best buddies,
Philip.
Hey,
how are you?
Oh no, the mother-in-law. The mother-in-law is on here as well. Lisa's mum. Oh shit. Careful. She says careful. Well, I'm gonna be as always very honest and very liberal, and I'm gonna come out with punches today. So how does it make me feel? So one of my good buddies, Damo and Ed, always use the word emasculated, and they like to play with this topic a lot, and make me feel like a small man. And even my best friend, best buddy, Vel, he chose Lisa to sell his house. Yeah. Yes. How does it make me feel? Challenged and proud.
Let's start with proud, because Lisa's just joined in. Why does it make you proud?
It makes me proud because the lady that I love, the love of my life, is following her true north. Wasn't my idea, as some people may think. It was always hers, and she's doing what she loves.
Because a lot of people may not know, Lisa's been working in the business, on the business forever, basically. A lot of it started with marketing, social media, BDM, because a lot of people may think her journey just started 3 years ago when she stepped on the scene in sales, but that's not the case, is it, Mark?
No, so we've got two girls, 23 and 15, Jade and Shani, and probably the last sort of 5 years of Jade's life, from 10 to 15, that's when Lisa sort of started getting the fourth, fifth day a week into the office. Prior to that, she did a brilliant job with the girls, bringing them up, and still working, but she's sort of tapered down on, wound up on the hours as the kids got older.
Yep. And doing what in the business?
Kicking my ass.
Yeah. And then, let's fast forward to getting into sales.
Yes. So she has always wanted to be in news, like a newsreader, and then also she always loved real estate sales. Whenever we'd spoken about it since I met her, so 20, 25 years ago, she'd always spoken about, I wanted to get into real estate sales. But with kids, she was like, can't do Saturdays, can't do weekends, can't do. And here she is.
Yeah, and because Lisa had a strong background in marketing as well. So if you combine the marketing experience, already working in the company, and then also that, because you've got to have like a news anchor, a salesperson, you've got to have that. The communication skill is probably the hardest thing in real estate. An agent can know all the scripts and dialogues, but if you can't convey that to people, build that rapport, explain situations, you don't really, it makes it very difficult. So Lisa, probably maybe without knowing or with knowing, had a really good combination to get into a sales role with the marketing, the aspirations of the news anchor, based on probably her ability to communicate with people and the confidence that way.
You better watch out, because she may take over this show in comments.
Yeah. Well, we always joke when we have Lisa on, we're like, oh, awesome, we don't have to speak this show. But she's just got that presence, demands that sort of authority when speaking, and people listen. So, and I think you can see that in how it's related, and it's a woman power.
And I'm a man.
Yeah. So back to the initial, the proudness, seeing her sales career, and what are you going to do as an agent and a principal? What's your goals? I know, especially with people like myself, you've rather worked on me rather than you. So we've always worked on things together, and you've more focused on my career than your career as a sales agent personally. And has that been similar to Lisa?
Sorry, I got the me and I and stuff I got confused with.
I said you've always focused on helping me build my career.
Michael Bergio?
Yes, Michael Bergio.
Oh, okay. Yep. I thought you were talking in second speak, third speak, sort of. I got confused. Okay.
Nah, just
so
speaking.
What was the question?
So is what's moving forward with Lisa? Is that sort of, because if people are going, like that solicitor who chose Lisa, is that maybe because they think Lisa's more selling every day and you're more of focusing on the business, supporting people like myself, supporting people like Lisa, even though you do still do a lot of sales, but like, where do you see that? What do you see yourself doing?
Oh, look, I think, you know, what really is challenging as a 44-year-old adult is, you know, I think, well, you know, to not have that presence or that volume in a job that I used to do so high volume and so well, and you know, for someone to come alongside, for not to be doing that, it's a little bit like a professional footballer, or a little bit like, I guess, a commando soldier, where whenever you look at real estate agents and their sales careers, like, and I don't mean to be disrespectful to any of the real estate agents in our community, but I really do think you've got, you know, probably 10 really powerful years, and I'm talking like bull terror years. And I find that if I look at the real estate agents of the 80s, real estate agents of the 90s, real estate agents of the 2000s and the 2010, the super high flyer agents, they're actually all different. There's no faces that are the same in that top operators in the country. So, in a way, I think there's a trauma that like a commando soldier. Good buddy of mine's a commando soldier, and definitely these guys, they're so fit and they're so strong, and they can run 20 kilometers without stopping, and 30, whatever it is, and when they can't do that any longer, or a pro footballer, like it is quite traumatic, or it is challenging. Now, it is also like that in our business, because with a bit of ego there, like, you'll say to people, look, I'm going to get the best price for your property. I'm wonderful. Go with me. And then people go, okay. And after a while, you're like, yeah, look, I am really good. Then they start saying no, and someone comes up beside you. It's a bit of a head fuck, to be honest.
Yeah. So,
I don't. I'm scared of that what's going to come out of your mouth.
Anyway, so Lisa's doing really good, and She's speaking at ARIC in May. I think is that the 23rd and 24th. But I think with what you're saying with the experience, I think Lisa's a testament to it doesn't matter your age, energy. Customers love energy. They love good service. And it doesn't matter if you're getting into the industry at 20, at 30, at 40, at 50.
Hustle.
You just have that hustle. And I know, especially being a young agent, that's how I would also get a lot of business, where especially break into the commercial market, a lot of other agents had 20, 30, 40 years experience. And a client's like, oh, why should I go with you? And I was always like, I'm going to outwork them. And it can work in the exact same as the other way around. Being an older agent coming in the industry at 40 or 50, you can still be like, I'm going to outwork them. But you've actually got you've got a huge benefit of life behind you, business behind you. So I think age is just so irrelevant in real estate if you just keep it simple. I was watching a lot of Matt Steinway last night, and he's a really good person to follow with mindset. Mindset's key, and his big thing is obviously waking up early, get the sweat on. But what did he say? It's an awesome quote. Start your day with
hustle beats talent when talent doesn't hustle.
No, yeah, that one. But there was another one as well. Just like start your day with the sweat, or it's just really good. So I think, but anyway, back to sort of yourself and Lisa. I think you've always focused and rightfully, like you've always put your staff in front of yourself. So if there's an opportunity to help a staff member, help on a listing, get their name on it, get the publicity, you've always chosen that option rather than, there's a lot of principals out there who are only selling principals. Any call that comes into the office is theirs. Anything visibly out in the public, it's theirs. And you've never been like that. So as much as it's a testament to Lisa, it is also to you as well to allow that. A lot of principals would smother staff so they couldn't get bigger than them or get more well-known than them because they've got that ego of it's me. So I think that's a hats off to allow both parties to do what they love and flourish. And yeah.
And this is probably the same thing over again. Irrelevant that Elisa, my wife, like I think it's still that same ethos that I've always had. That I remember I did some training with Lee Woodward, and Lee said, like, you try so hard, to get the 8 out of 10 or 9 out of 10 salesperson to a 9.5. He said just work with people that want to be worked with. You know what I mean? Like, it's you're gonna be able to take them up from 6 to 9 much easier and with much less energy because they want to work with you, rather than that. And going back to what you just said, like, that's what I actually really, really enjoyed. So, the people in our business that want to grow, I bloody love working with those guys in the business. And it requires much less energy from me. And it's I do find it really, really rewarding. And look, Lisa's been like that. So she's really receptive that she'll come to me and say, look, what do you reckon of this concept? And I'll say, this is what I think. And I can guarantee that it will be up and running in place, that campaign or that system or whatever it is, next day. And I can guarantee that system will not only be implemented, but will be followed forever. And that's really, really powerful. And that I find that really, really rewarding. And Michael, you've got the same trait. Like, whenever it's ruthless. If you and I sit down in a conference room and discuss something that we both believe is good, your implementation is just incredible, and then your consistency behind it is equally as incredible. So it's I guess that's how it happens. Hey, we've got lots of comments.
Yeah, I put them up there. So also just a flag on Instagram, guys. Hopefully you can hear us okay. Thumbs up to let us know because we're trialing it, doing off an iPad, but I can't really see your comments on Instagram because my eyesight's bad. So I think Rosie from Oscorp posted, but I just can't read it.
Oh, no.
It's too far away from me. I think Rosie just said morning. So
Should be rude. Rosie will be rude for sure.
Luke Parodi, go Lisa. Mark works on the business. Lisa works in the business from Frida. I've never heard Mark so quiet. That was Mark when that's when I sort of stepped in. Anyway, hey, legend Admal, love the run. Admal, I admire your role in the business, Mark, and aspire to be like you. You need someone that is going to steer and lead the ship, and then a team that can execute the vision and plan. Exactly what you just said. Well said, Admal. Lisa, when a husband and wife.
Smart lady, Admal. Very smart lady.
It's a cool combination. And Admal and Gerv have a very, very similar dynamic as well. They're both working in the business. They're both working on the business together. And I think it's going to be very exciting to see them over the next 5-10 years and their business grows. Lisa, Admal, love hearts. Get on the sweat, Luke. Lisa, Mark is a fearless leader that's created some of the greatest agents, including Burge. Amen to that. Lisa Novak. Love what you said, Mum. Yeah, love what you said, Mum, from Lisa. So, yeah, plenty of activity there. And I think it's good to speak about. I reckon there's a lot of agents out there who they almost get told not to mix business with pleasure. And sort of you guys are a testament to you can do both. You can have it all. Mic drop.
You can do it. But yeah, it's it has been. I get it, yeah, because it does consume a lot of out of business hours time, at home and stuff. So
well, you guys wake up, and I bet the first conversation is something property related, and then you come to work, and then you go to bed. So but that just goes to show real estate's a lifestyle. It's not a 9 to 5. And if you love
Absolutely.
what you do, love who you work with, then it doesn't feel like that. I don't think you guys are waking up talking about property going, fuck, why are we talking about property? Because you love the conversation. It's like how you and I, Mark, can do 423 episodes of Morning Minutes about real estate.
It's almost rude. It's almost rude. How many? 400. It's just incredible. It's incredible.
It's because we love real estate. We love talking about it. So, and helping people. I was hearing something the other day, not that I want to compare ourselves to cops and fireys and that, but where they say at a school teacher, it's like a calling. You want to be a teacher to help people. You want to be a cop to help people as well in a fiery. And I think real estate is very similar. Yes, we want to make a lot of money, and that stems a lot of it because the harder you work. But also you have to want to help people and hear people. You can't just basically be this egotistical dickhead and only think about themselves, because you may get a sale here or two, but it won't last. This whole industry is about servicing people. Sometimes you cop the wrath of someone's anger and emotions and get treated like shit, but it's not personal, and that's part of it. So, I think I nailed
absolutely. But if anyone's worried about me psychologically, feel free to give me a call, and you can counsel me, friends, tribe, people. But I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Huh?
I think this was a way that Mark just wanted to talk about himself, but really talk about Lisa. So it started with.
It comes up a lot. It comes up a lot.
Talk about yourself.
and friends like shit stir it, and even customers shit stir it now, so it comes up a lot. But it's I guess may the better man win. At the end of the day, that that's the great thing, that we all have choice, and that goes out to our competitors in our business. It's not one model, one size fits all, and thank God for that, because life would be pretty boring. So customers have choice, and there's we've got some brilliant operators in our industry. So that's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Friendly competition is always good, as long as everyone's working to the same goals and integrity. So that's a wrap.
Awesome. Thanks, Burge. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I'm surprised my mother-in-law was so well behaved.
She's probably surprised you were.